Hello, terrorist tubers, and welcome back to Let's Blow Stuff Up with me, BlueAnkylo. Of course, it's Shadowrun Dragonfall, but if you guys remember last episode, yeah, about that. So I've had a bit of a break between episodes, so I forget exactly how it all went down, but I'm pretty sure we basically assassinated some guy for Luca Dwyer as part of a, supposedly an audition to work for him. We're going to go talk to him first, and I think we're going to do the other optional quest, because the Pharma Lab looks to be more like a main mission objective, so I'll try to do the optional stuff first. And I don't expect there to be a whole lot different in the city or in the Kriz Bazaar just yet, because I expect it updates after a certain number of gold missions, story missions. We can talk to a couple people as we go along just to double check, but I bet you the shops haven't probably updated or anything yet. Alright, so let's talk to this Luca. Not sure how I'm going to respond to him just yet. Lady Blue, welcome back, and my congratulations on a job well done. I would have preferred to be told what was going on. Like I said, I think at the end of last episode, it's not so much that we don't do hits, but we like to know the whole story at least before we get out there. So if you wanted Alshire dead, you could have just said so. I'd have taken the job either way. He nods thoughtfully. Good to know, but the purpose of this test is to gauge your adaptability. We need to know that you'll be willing to do what we tell you to do, regardless of your personal feelings on the matter. And we need to know that you will roll with the punches if circumstances change mid-run. The thing is, I can't promise that. If he says the job is to kill some guy, we can decide ahead of time if we're okay with that or not. If he says your job is to go plant a bug somewhere, kind of like last mission, and we do it and then we find out that it's actually to kill somebody that we don't want to kill, then we're going to turn on him, because screw that. This guy's kind of full of it. Anyway, yeah, we'll see. Many of your colleagues in the Shadow community have overinflated egos. They let their personal feelings interfere with their work. My organization needs to know that you will see tasks that we assign you through. If you assign me something that I simply refuse to do, I won't be doing it. I won't go against my own principles. Then you don't belong. Oh, screw you, buddy. This is not a business for bleeding hearts or free thinkers. The people at the top of the ladder are the decision makers. People like you and me are nothing more than convenient sets of hands. Yeah, I don't agree with this, though. We still get to choose if we're taking the run or not. Like I said, it's okay. We have questionable morals. We are willing to kill people for money. But if you said, I want you to blow up this orphanage, and I went, no, that crosses a line, I'm not going to do it. Too bad, buddy. There's still going to be a line. It might not be what normal people think is a fair line. Like I said, we might be willing to just assassinate somebody if you're paying enough, and you might not have to convince me too much. But then again, I bet you most of my crew would be pretty unhappy if it was blow up an orphanage. So yeah, I think he's wrong, honestly. The true purpose of the run that you just went on was to test your willingness to adapt to change. You're still being tested, by the way. Yeah, I don't care. If you work for my organization, you may be asked to do things that you find morally troubling. Sometimes it might even appear that we are lying to you, but you can take comfort in knowing that everything that we request is ultimately for the greater good. You're sounding awfully sketchy when you start talking like that. I suppose this is fair. After what happened tonight, how can you expect me to believe that? How do I know that I can trust you? He says, oh yeah. Ultimately, we're doing this for the greater good. But he didn't fill us in. We just blew a bunch of people up. I don't know. I suppose that we are asking you for a leap of faith. That leap will be well rewarded, of course. Just imagine the good that you could do with the money that we're offering you. You can make a real difference in the lives of the people of the Kriz Bazaar, if you feel so inclined. That's seriously not answering my question. You can't see the big picture. I can't either. I am, again, just a mouthpiece. The only ones who know my organization's ultimate ends are its ruling council, and they aren't in the practice of sharing information with their hirelings, but know that they are some of the most intelligent men on the planet, and they place a high priority on social order and stability. Those are good things by anyone's standards. I'm not swayed. He may be telling the truth, or this could all be another insect cult. There's no evidence either way just yet. So, he stares you in your eye. What do you think of all that? Well, kick him out of Mike, yes. I don't think this is correct. He isn't exactly looking for a mindless goon. He'd like someone who's smart and adaptable that won't question orders. I'm not sure if we're willing to do that, but we might be able to work with him for now until he asks us to do something. I don't know, maybe he only asks us to do reasonable things, but if he does ask us to blow up an orphanage, you know, we're probably done with him. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. And I mean, this is true as well. Every client I've ever worked for has kept secrets. This is a little different, though, I feel. I'm not totally just a mercenary. Yeah, we'll go with this kind of middle ground. I don't like being kept in the dark. I want to know what's going on. But if you pay as well as you say you do, I can overlook it. For now. After a brief pause, he nods, then reaches forward and places the cred stick in your hand. Congratulations! You have passed your audition. Welcome to the payroll. Okay. Now we part ways. Don't worry, I'll call you when your services are needed. He taps a neatly trimmed fingernail against the earpiece of his comlink. When I contact you with a new task, the choice of whether to take it or leave it will be yours. See, if you just had said that from the beginning, I wouldn't have had hardly any trouble with this. If you're asking me to do something I object to, I'll just say no. He made it sound like it was like non-optional. Once you join, you have to do whatever he says, sort of deal. If you take it, return here and I'll pay you a fair sum. If you leave it, well, there are some in my organization who will be quite unhappy. I mean, that's just how it's gonna work. Well, good to know. Suppose I'll be waiting to hear from you. Very good. I'll be in touch. So, out of character, I do realize I've been informed via the comments, and I did look it up, that if we had done this quest before we'd gone to the Stellaris compound, he would have had an optional objective for us there as well. So we missed out on that, as well as all the decking stuff. But I mean, I didn't know ahead of time which mission needed to go first, like I'd said, so I did them a little bit out of order, unfortunately. But anyway, we got ourselves a little bit of money out of that, and a little bit of karma, I think, from the run. 3 is not a lot. Could probably pick up biotech to see HP, which wouldn't be bad. I'd like to get up to level 3 biotech to find out where that elf is hiding in the Kriz Bazaar, the drug-dealing elf. Elf in air quotes. He may just be a fake elf. I believe as well there are going to be some spell casting, like some mage spells that require intelligence in this game. I looked at some of them in between episodes. It's not just enough to have willpower and spell casting. Some of them require intelligence as well. On the other hand, I probably should get spirit summoning to level 6. Well, I really haven't been summoning a lot of spirits, unfortunately. I just haven't had great opportunities for it lately. The magic has been more reliable, to be honest. Conjuring for haste and spellcasting for the aim and armor. Like, armor looks to be like really, really good, so I wanna be able to get better armor spells. I could also pick up like a low-level dodge. Some more body points wouldn't be terrible. I think for now we'll go with biotech, just because we will use medkits now and then anyway. And honestly, it's only 2 points, and being able to see enemy HP is quite valuable. Unless, like, I know Glory can already do it, but having it on me as well makes it just a little bit simpler in combat. So, let's see. We've only got 1,700 Noyan. It's probably not enough to really buy much. Let's just check in with Cammy and maybe the Talismonger quickly. A little busy. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I don't expect anything new is really going to unlock right now. I've got a little bit more money. Theoretically, I could buy another spell. I don't think I can get an upgraded spell other than maybe I could upgrade Mana Ball. Or Acid Stream, perhaps. Let's have a quick look. I think I shopped off camera last time, so I can kind of show you what I was looking at. If you guys are interested. I might have some drugs I can sell as well. Let's check that out. Every now and then I pick up some drugs that I don't want to hold on to. Nothing in my stash. Nothing in the equipment. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so, I've got the best conjuring spell right now. I do like the Acid Bolt more than the Power Bolt at the moment. For a similar tier, 10 damage with, I think it's like 5 per turn afterwards seems better than that to me. I didn't buy any armor yet. We still have like the old Willpower Charisma armor. I'm considering switching over to Willpower and Spellcasting. Because I don't think Charisma does me a whole lot on its own. Because I don't think Armor Charisma lets you raise your Spirit Summoning or Conjuring. Like, you have to put the point in yourself. And every 2 points of real Charisma gives you an Etiquette, but this shouldn't apply. So for, you know, 1,200 bucks, I could get a little bit more base armor and Spellcasting, which will affect... What will it actually affect? Damaging spells and debuffs, because buffs on your allies always hit. It's the debuffs that require spellcasting for accuracy. Spirit control I really don't need. Or I could just go with the same armor, same bonuses with +1 armor here. Actually, willpower or move speed's not terrible either. Willpower and move speed might be even better than most of these. I don't care about unarmed though. But anyway, I mean, it doesn't matter. But yeah, remember I was saying like some of these spells require intelligence? If you have like 6 spellcasting and 3 intelligence. So I will probably want to upgrade my Acid Stream at some point. It seems pretty good. But I'll need both of those stats to go up a little bit. Actually, Lightning Bolt is probably the one I really want. As much as stripping armor and damage over time seems pretty valuable, lowering enemies' AP seems even better. Stun Ball. Actually, that might be even the best. No actual damage, just stun. The downside is it cost me 3 AP to cast it, which... That's a little... I mean, I have to be hasted, I couldn't have a spirit out. Stun Bolt is 2 AP as well. It's not maybe as good as I was hoping because of the AP cost. Glue is not that great. Mana Bolts. Get a Fireball or something. But I do want like a better aim spell, so like these ones I'm going to want to pick up. So I want Spellcasting 6 for aim and armor upgrades. This, for instance, +6. Like if I had 3 armor from that other outfit, this one spell for the entire combat would get me very, very close to maximum armor, just like that. And I can cast it on all my crew, which sounds amazing. So I'm going to want that for sure. I might want Strip Armor as well. Just to reduce enemies that are tanky. Just go with debuffing and buffing on my main character. And then not a whole lot of conjuring. Just not a whole lot I really need. Alright, well, that's good enough for now. I'm not going to spend any of my money. We don't really have much to play with anyway. The other option, of course, is if I'm going to continue to bring Dietrich, I can give him an extra spell or a different weapon. Well, let's get started. I would like to at least start the next mission on today's episode so we get a little bit of action. I'm not going to go around talking to everybody. Let's go, which mission did I say? I want to go to Gesundbrunnen Kies. I believe this is the mission for the weapon guy, the arms dealer, who's got like, was he saying like one of his supplies was being intercepted because Monica wasn't encrypting his messages anymore. That's, I believe, the mission we're on next. Yeah, Pharma Labs is like the big one, I think. It's the assassination. But we'll go to Gazinbrunnen to find Gunnari's missing shipments. That's the one, yeah. So, again, we could hire people. Oh, this is only a 2-man job. Oh, that's different. That was not what I was expecting. I think he might have said that. Like, only bring 2 because you'll scare them off or something, right? Yeah. But I wasn't planning on that. So, I'm not going to bring Dietrich because he's pretty similar to me. Did he upgrade his aim spell and his haste spell? Because those used to be level 1s. Picked up that. So maybe he did upgrade his magic finally. But I've already got better haste and aim as well. I mean, it's nice to have 2 people with haste, but that's fine. So who do we bring then? Do we bring Iger for long range? Bring Glory for hand raisers. These people have been getting levels up, so some of them are going to be getting a little bit better than the last time we saw them. Like, Glory's starting to get some unarmed skill now. Could bring Blitz in case we need decking. I kind of looked sort of spoiler-free, sort of when you need deckers. I don't think this next one needs a decker or a rigger. The Pharma Lab one, I want to bring Blitz, I think. But for this one, I don't think we need him. So it's kind of down to Glory or Iger. I kind of want to bring Glory. She's fun. And of course, I could hire someone if I really wanted, but not going to be doing that. Okay, good enough. Let's get to it. So, Glory, I'm not sure if there's much I could equip her. Like if I wanted to buy extra stuff for my crew. It is a short train ride to Gesundheit. You exit the subway car, stepping onto the old grungy platform. The place is deserted. Though signs of life are everywhere, a gaping hole in the ceiling filters cool, hazy light in from above. To your right, a small plot of crops struggles to endure in the cold and limited light of the station. Trash and junk litters the platform. It's clear this place hasn't had anything resembling janitorial staff in quite some time. Somewhere in this old rundown U-Bahn station lies the entrance to Gazinbrunnen Kies, and hopefully some leads on the whereabouts of the Rebengeister and Gunnari's missing shipment. So yeah, equipment. I guess she does have a weapon slot. So, if, you know, it might not be a bad idea. I like bringing Glory along, especially with the medkits, right? Like, that's a free medkits that I can use every mission. Seem pretty good. I don't think I can change her armor. It's pretty good anyway. Who needs thieves when you've got cyber arms? That's awesome. But I could give her a better pistol, because this looks pretty basic. I'll try to remember this for in between runs, because if I bring Glory regularly, then having a better pistol to trade her out with, yeah, 10 damage. I bet you we can buy something better than that. And I think she's got a cyber port, so we could probably give her a smart linked one with better aim. I think. Alright, let's have a look around. Check this garden out first. The old fluorescent grow lights are barely keeping the plants alive. Almost no light from the surface makes it this far underground. Guess, we got some tomatoes or something over there and some lettuce. It's doing alright. It's doing alright. Not all plants need high light. Stairwell down looks to have been completely collapsed. This looks pretty sketchy. But, I mean, gang territories, right? Alright, we got some guards. Can I talk my way through is the big question. That's far enough, friend. An older man raises his hand, squinting as you approach. To his left, a young orc shifts his weight, resting one hand casually on a pistol at his hip. Both are dressed in what might be considered uniforms, but it's hard to tell for sure. We don't get many visitors down here these days. You'll forgive me for saying, but, well, you don't really look like the type that usually comes through here. She looks fed, for one thing. The older man snorts. Indeed. So what brings you to Gesundheit, stranger? Chew. I mean, I've got all this charisma. I might as well use it, right? I'm visiting from the Rhine-Ruhr Megaplex, and my friend Hans said the market here is second to none. I've come to see myself. This sounds like a terrible idea. But it's better than telling the truth or having a non-charisma lie. The older man smiled sadly. Well, maybe a few years ago that was true. These days, well, it's hard times all around, I suppose. But you're welcome to go in, of course. Customers are always welcome. Oh, and talk to Quarren if you want to hear some good stories about the market back in its prime. He's always happy to share a tale or two. Well, we got through pretty quick. Watch your step on the ladder there. Some of the steps get slippery when it's cold. So do we ask about the gang? I feel like that might tip them off to why we're here. But we just made friends with them, why not? Have you heard anything about a gang around here? Calling themselves the Rebengeister? A gang, eh? The man looks over at his partner, then back at you warily. After a moment, he steps slowly back in front of the entrance. I thought we were friends! No. We keep security pretty tight around here. If a gang like that was running stuff through here, we'd know about it. Now look, we don't want any trouble around here. On second thought, maybe you should just move along and catch the next train back. Come to think of it, the market's closing pretty soon anyway. That's pretty suspicious. I thought we were better friends than that. He would let us in. Of course, if you could make a Charisma 4 check, you can definitely do a 3 check. The last thing I want is to cause any trouble. You look like you have to deal with more than enough of that. Do you mind if I just take a quick look around? The guards exchange glances again. After a moment, the old man steps aside. Alright, I suppose there's no harm in that. Just watch yourself, okay? You cause a scene looking for this gang of yours. There's more to our little militia here than you want to mess with. Great guarding. Well, we made it to the second area. It's off to a pretty good start. Haven't had to kill anybody yet, so I mean that's good, right? So we've got like kind of a little town down here, I guess. Hey, Quarren. The man before you is of average build and in nondescript dress. He's leaning against the old wooden cabinet, reading a book. As you approach, he looks up and casts a warm smile in your direction. Guten Tag. The name's Quarren, friend. Can't say I've seen you around these parts before, just passing through. What can you tell me about this place? Gesundheit? Well, it's my home for one, and we've got a small bar set up over there. But of course, you'll want to know about the market. It used to be something to behold, my friend. One of the grandest markets in the city. You could find nearly anything in these stalls for the right price. It's a real shame, but little by little things slow down. Folks stop taking the subway line so much. I guess that's the way of the flux. Have you seen a shipment of weapons? I don't know. Both of these... I'm worried that these are going to, you know, tip my hand and let him know what we're in on. But, I don't know. Maybe he's okay. Let's go with the weapon shipment rather than the gang. The guys upstairs didn't like me talking about gang, so let's try this. Have you seen a shipment of weapons passing through? His face falls. Wish that I had, friend. It's too bad. This place used to be soaring with commerce. But now, hardly anything passes through here, I'm afraid. Folks around here are lucky enough to have a full meal at the end of the day. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things turn around for you. Yeah, me too. Thanks for the friendly words, though. Most folk that come through here are either looking to bum a quick handout or steal what they can before disappearing down the line. Anything I can do? No, I don't think so, but thanks for the gesture. Say, have you ever heard of the story of the Schinderhans? I've never heard that word before. Schinderhans was an outlaw centuries ago, back in the Napoleonic days. See, Schinderhans was a thief. A greedy one. If you believe the stories, he and his gang raided up and down the Rhine, stealing for themselves. But something happened. The people of the Rhineland, they were inspired by Schinderhans. in time. So it's the Robin Hood, but not from Britain. It's the Robin Hood of Germany. He was stealing from the French, you see. He chuckles, then continues. I think something happened then. Something surprising, even to Shinderhans. I think because of this, perhaps he became the hero people wanted him to be. Maybe he did start stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. I don't know. The history books are confusing, to say the least. At any rate, the point is this, friend. I think that maybe, if enough people believe something to be true, it can change the truth of that thing. Perhaps if enough people here in Gesundheit have a hope to believe in, then our fate will change as well. Until then, we carry on. I wish I was smarter. I could have put my points into intelligence. I put it in biotech because I didn't know this was coming. Dang it! You seem like a pretty well-educated man. Why are you living here? A fair question. Let's just say it was the best option at the time. At any rate, this is my home now, and I won't abandon it simply because it has grown somewhat older and poorer. Alright, so now that we're friends, I'm looking for information. Ever heard of a gang called the Rebengeister? Certainly! They've been spinning quite a tale in these parts of late. Hard to know anything for sure, though. One rumor says they hijack freight out of the Frankfurter Tor. Then the next day, you hear about a sighting down in Alexanderplatz. Hell, just yesterday, I heard someone claim they saw a member of the Rebengeister speed by in the U-Bahn tunnel, clinging to the side of a train car. Ha! So he thinks these guys are Robin Hoods. Between you and me, that's probably a gang called Surf Turf. Strange ones, though. I heard they implant suction cups on their hands and feet. I guess they really like riding U-Bahns. He shakes his head with amusement. Then that's the flux state for you, full of strange and unexpected. Alright, well that wasn't terribly helpful. Let's go explore this place. AKA rob the dresser. The drawers look to be handmade out of rusty sheet metal. Nothing of value catches your eye. Dang. Guess this is the bar. Some nice little curtains there. Goldfish and more dancing girls. Wowzer. Probably shaming then. Who else wears dead fox heads? That's pretty ridiculous. The woman starts a little at you at your approach, but she recovers quickly and beams brightly at you. The fox face on her headdress seems to grin as well. Her classically nasal American accent is obvious. Nasal American, huh? Hey kiddo, share a drink with me? No thanks. Just looking for the Rebengeister. The Raven Ghouls? No, never heard anything like that. Sounds like something out of a fairy tale. I'm just traveling through. I heard there was a market. But, well, look at this place. She waves her arm around a wide circle, taking everything in from the sadly shimmying woman to the near empty corridors outside. So, I'm just having a drink with this fine gentleman here and then moving on. Where are you from? California Free State. Doing the whole Europe tour thing, you know. Besides, getting me out of that hellhole, it's been a real good learning experience. Had to come have some good fun, make some good friends, hey? She clatters the ice around in her drink. You can smell the cheap gin from where you stand. But it's a hellhole everywhere these days. Can't drink enough to forget the things I've seen. I'm all for communism and anarchy and free love, but sometimes the estate goes a little too far. I really don't care. Why haven't you left? I'm about to. There are more places in Germany than just Berlin, and more places in Europe than just Germany. I think I should go to Madrid next. Takes a swig from her glass, then eyes it suspiciously. There's got to be a better booze hole in Madrid. Listen, my name's Goldfish. That's yours. I have bigger fish to fry. I don't have. No, I can't. I end the conversation. Call me Blue. Nice to meet you, Lady Blue. Now, well, I've said my bit. What are you doing in a place like this? I'm just looking for something. That Ravengeister thing? Raven Ghost? Might be anything in Gesundheit. Seems like everyone and everything down here is a ghost. Some ghost of the past, ghost train, ghostly thing folk for lack of sunlight. I need sunlight too. I like to joke I photosynthesize, but it's just giving me so much energy. Energy these people don't have. Her expression grows stern for a moment as she stares into her gin and tonic. Maybe I've been down here long enough. Maybe I'm a ghost too now. Alright, that's it, Fräulein. You're officially cut off. Your total is 36 million. Can I at least buy something from my friend here? She's been talking with me a bit and she hasn't had anything. No, you're cut off. I don't want you even sipping out of it. Dude, chill! Forget I asked. Turns to you with a shrug. Sorry I couldn't get you anything. Thanks for being a pal. Okay, let's never talk to her ever again, please. Oh man, I might need to end the episode after that one. Let's look in the garbage and then we'll end the episode. It smells like something died in there. On closer inspections, some soy died. Alright, well, it is 30 minutes, so I suppose it's a good time to end the episode. We've got some more to explore next time. Gotta find that Ravengeister and get our weapons back. Alright folks, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. That's a new voice for me too, so we'll see how that goes in post later on.